Who is Geordi LaForge in Star Trek? Geordi LaForge, a Somalian native, was the chief engineer of the USS Enterprise D in Star Trek The Next Generation and the Enterprise E in the later TNG films. LaForge has been portrayed by LeVar Burton since the series debuted in 1987 and is currently playing an older version of the character in Star Trek Picard. Born without the ability to see, LaForge uses a visor. The visor not only grants LaForge sight, but grants him the ability to see much more detailed information than the human eye. He can see energy waves, radiation, structural integrity, heat, and other waveforms. By the time of the TNG film Star Trek First Contact, LaForge ditched the visor for ocular implants, which resembled human eyes. Although known for his role as chief engineer, LaForge did briefly hold a position of command officer and was in the command division in TNG's first season. During this time, he impressively took command of the Enterprise when the ship encountered an automated weapon system. With the command crew trapped on the surface, it was up to LaForge to save the ship. Not only was he able to ensure the safety of the Enterprise, but he earned the respect of the chief engineer and helped two junior officers find their confidence. As chief engineer, LaForge was responsible for maintaining the engines and the inner workings of the Enterprise. Because it's Star Trek and things always happen to hero ships, especially if they're named Enterprise, LaForge had to science his way out of many engineering-related crises. In one situation, the Enterprise was caught in an asteroid field by an ancient trap that drained power from the ship. LaForge worked on a solution with a holographic version of the ship's designer, Leah Brahms. Of course, that episode is, shall we say, problematic. In another situation, LaForge used Data's prosonic brain to save the Enterprise from an ancient computer virus. Outside of his engineering brilliance, LaForge was a gifted leader, helping new officers like Ensign Gomez and less confident officers like Lieutenant Barclay find themselves. When he wasn't saving the Enterprise, he was with his best friend Data playing Sherlock Holmes in the holodeck or teaching him about humanity. Although not super great with women in the series, LaForge fell in love and had two daughters as seen in Picard Season 3. Much like Data, he did sometimes become a security risk. In one situation, he was kidnapped by Romulans and turned into an assassin. In another situation, he was again kidnapped and had cameras placed on his visor, allowing Lursa and B'Etor to see the ship's shield frequency. Of course, none of these situations were his fault, and he was never punished for them. Obviously, LaForge has a ton of accomplishments in TNG, but perhaps his biggest accomplishment was successfully rebuilding the Phoenix, humanity's first warp ship, in the TNG film Star Trek First Contact. Geordi LaForge appears in Star Trek The Next Generation, the Next Generation films, Star Trek Voyager, and Star Trek Picard.